Hey, welcome back to Little Big Wins. This is my online presence where I express and offer and share um, just the little things in my life that really the world really has no care about at all. Nobody really cares about what I post on here or share on here. Um, but they are little things with big wins, mainly because the little things that I share have helped me in my personal healing. Just little things that I talk about, little things that I experience, my ordeals, thoughts, really anything I'm able to or feel like expressing. Tonight I want to talk about feeling tired. I had a really great experience over the last week attending the temple, which I really love. I just walked to it where I am now for this current season while I am away from New York City. And I just really felt like I've got to go in and, get some family names done as we do in the temple of the religion I am engaged in. And I needed, honestly, I needed assistance with my business. I really went inside and I did some work, and then I was in a specific room in there where I really prayed and pled with the Lord and talked about, well, in my mind, had a conversation with him about the next move I should do for my business. Lo and behold, not too long after, a couple days later, I attend a forum where another fellow alum of a university that I seasonally part-time teach at, where I am now, gave a presentation and an update on her business idea from top to bottom, and what she did for marketing, which is great because that's really what I needed. I was able to talk with her after hearing her story with the rest of the audience. I was able to approach her and talk one-on-one with her and get her particular formula, and I was so grateful that she was not a gatekeeper. I was really grateful for that. And so I've had some time to look at some things and think about what to design. And I'm really grateful I had that. I am, however, feeling tired again in that. Because although this wonderful presenter, fellow alma mater alum presented and gave great insight, in addition to specific one-on-one intel that was really valuable, really, really valuable information. For a few days since then, I have felt happy that I have that information, but I also feel tired, and also not just tired from business making, business building, but because I also am teaching, and these particular classes do require a certain type of physical exertion on a few levels, and some other things to juggle for those specific classes, which I'm happy to do. It's just I'm also realizing I'm also tired. So, of course, I have to look at my own eating habits, in relation to health, and I am definitely getting enough exercise. That is for sure. But in any case, I want to focus and isolate this episode's topic, on the tiredness that I feel. And part of the tiredness includes that I think very healthy self-doubt that wondering, am I going to get through this? And there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I do get tired, and I do feel at times that I do shift away from crossing the finish line. But I think that's kind of natural for business making. It seems like a very different process of completion versus like writing qualifying exams and papers for a terminal degree, putting together assessment plans. Those seem like very different things. Those are still complex and still demanding, but they seem like very different things. Even like researching for publications, those seem like more simpler things to reach a goal versus making business literally out of thin air, I think. And so I'm feeling tired from that. And I want to be honest, very honest. I can juggle and do 8 things, sometimes even 15 things all at once. But these days I'm like, well, quite honestly, I would prefer just maybe 2 or 3 things to do at a time, and projects to do at a time. And I do have an organizational list that I have to like try to be a little bit better at keeping. But I'm busy doing other things, different and separate from that business list of business tasks to do. Like I got to teach, and then within the teaching, I've got to do some shopping, and I've got to do some ordering online, and then I've got to like figure out the budget for those classes, and some other things there. In addition to that, I am looking at doing some travel to head back to just to do some travel for about a week, starting next week, hopefully. Also, anyways, in general, before I make a long laundry list of things that I find myself immersed in, I think I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to keep remaining faithful to these things I already do, the many things I do in outside of business, obviously, but I'm going to take it easy on them. There is another night where I get together with other people to immerse and support local cultural heritage, performing arts, indigenous types in this particular region, which I'm actually a part of ethnically as well, and historically, genetically as well. But I've got to bide my time better. So I feel like I could have a solution. I just don't have a fully shaped solution or plan in that. I'm also tired of thinking. It's like my body could have some energy. However, I'm also realizing that there's another layer of tiredness. It's not just the physical body getting tired, but I actually feel alive with my physical body. It's the thinking attached to what projects I'm involved in and immersed in now. I get like thinking tired as well. And that's really the actual tiredness I'm actually feeling. And I'm wondering if you yourself feel that way as well. I hope I'm like making sense as I'm piecing this together for this episode. And so I think my goal this week is to do more of the quiet, small tasks, plodding along the way. I feel like I've expressed myself to who I could here locally in person, and I just need to be more quiet about things, because the more talkative I am, then the more committed I get to a bajillion projects, and then my mind is somehow then persuaded to do 8 to 12 projects, maybe in 15, even 20 projects at a time when I really should be focusing on just 2 or 3. So that's where that lies, and I just wanted to talk about it tonight. I just wanted to talk about that tonight here on my podcast. Is just to have a realization and an openness and a transparency about the tiredness in my mind and thinking that. I think I'm going to just step away from business for a couple days or two and focus solely on the classes I'm teaching now and one or two other community things here in this awesome community I love so deeply. And that will be sufficient. And then I'm happy to go back and pick up where I left off with business. And in this way, the reason I do this is to, not to quickly get things done, but to really take a look at the psychology, the components that make up the psychology of being mentally and intellectually and creatively tired in my mind. So I just wanted to offer that to you. Some of you, again, like I had said, might also feel the same way. Just tired. Maybe you're even feeling emotionally tired. That's typically linked to like the mental and the intellectual as well. But I'm actually feeling creatively tired, like mentally, intellectually tired of doing this, okay, trying that, doing that, okay, trying that, doing this. And I'm really good at having an idea and then following through with it, actually crossing a finish line. I'm good at that. However, I like that I'm recognizing, but I'm also tired of thinking of something creative and then following through with it. There's already creativity demanded of me from the particular classes that I currently teach and I'm doing right now, and I love. And also, of course, caring for those who are involved and are participants in that, like students. But anyway, so I just want to express, hey, this is what I'm feeling, but also I'm going to do something about it, which is step away and focus on just one or two other things. And then when those things, I feel like that's underway fairly well, then I will come back to business, because now I know what to do. Having learned exactly which direction to go and feeling great about it, having gone through the temple with questions, conversing with the Lord, and then following through with it with inspirations of listening to the right person holding a forum who basically gave me the golden pathway and confirmations as to really the stuff that I had actually already researched. And that was lovely to get confirmed, validated, green light information and advice. So I just wanted to shout out to those. I also want to shout out to those who are feeling intellectually and creatively spent and just, like me, you just need time away. Hope you join us again on Little Big Wins. Thanks.